What's going on? It's Sketchy Live Monday.
Hey everyone, welcome to the broadcast.
My thing's not working. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I just celebrated a birthday. Thank you to everybody.
Happy birthday, ityB.
Thank you to everybody who reached out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear ityB.
Who were you trying to be right there?
Anybody. Happy birthday.
Anyway, thank you everybody for reaching out
thanks so
and
much.
sending their well wishes, and also your condolences for my aunt as well.
Yep, for sure.
Tough day yesterday.
It's different kind of weekend.
Yeah.
Thus the reason for the topic of discussion for this evening, Real Talk with Johnny Jalopy and ityB.
Which I don't even know where we're headed with this. So you must have an idea of something that you're wanting to share.
It just hit my heart. Some things I'd like to talk about, some things I thought about. You know, we'll get into it. But hey, welcome to the show, Sketchy Live. I am Johnny Jalopy, hot rod artist. Sometimes try to build my own, fix my own stuff. Definitely a hobby, an automotive enthusiast. I just spit my tongue. Enthusiast.
That's what you get.
With me, as always, my beautiful, lovely, talented, smart, loving, growing in knowledge and understanding of automotive culture and things. The president, the CEO, ityB.
Hey guys, quite the intro there today.
Wow, that's all I got. Just hi guys. Okay, take it all back.
You introduced me. What am I saying?
Thanks guys. Hey, great to see you.
Thank you for feeling
Hope your weekend was great. All those things, you know.
Yeah.
Just not the greatest of co-hosts, ladies and gentlemen. No. I couldn't imagine hosting this show or having Sketchy Live without you. You know, there was a little bit of a time where, you know, it was great doing it with my daughter and stuff. And even when we've had guests Art came over one time and kind of pinch hit. It's just nothing like sitting across from you, because I know whatever we're going to talk about, you're going to have a great insight, some great opinion, and
or some kind of silliness brought to the table. So.
But just most of the time, it's you're the voice of reason, and you're the voice of the common folk, whatever that means.
Try to rein it in to the lay person.
So we're so excited that you're here, though. We've been doing this now for 8 years, heading on 9, and couldn't do it without any of you out there who keep showing up every Monday.
It's crazy.
So this may be the episode that kills it all and ends all of you. I did put in there, this is probably when you're going to want to skip, because it's not going to be the typical Sketchy Live, because I'm not drawing anything tonight.
Nothing drawn.
And we're the topic we're going to talk about is automotive stuff related to that, but it's just a little more depth and heart, and some things that are on my mind. The weekend really brought some things that just made me think about all of this stuff. So who's on the broadcast today?
Let me tell you.
Or anything you want to add?
I don't know where you're going with this. So I purposely did not discuss this with you, because I wanted to give real-time input and honest input.
Great idea.
So I knew, like, we had zero discussion. My daughter came over tonight, made us dinner, hung out with her. And then I had some bills to pay, and then I'm here. Boom. So we really haven't talked or chatted.
No.
I assumed you weren't drawing tonight. But then you were also drawing when I got home, so you were working on something already. Yeah,
I had a little just thing I had to get out, and something that's been on my drawing board, and I started, and again, just a new,
We'll get into it. But anyways, let me tell you who we have on tonight. We've got Paul Marziani joining us. Welcome,
Paul,
sir.
Thank you for being on. So
always
great to see you.
A pleasure. Howard Pierpont.
Where in the world is Howard Pierpont?
He's in Mineola, Texas, 71 and overcast.
Oh, okay.
Sorry
overcast. About the overcast, but the temperature's
okay. Overcast isn't bad all the time. We've got Hot Rod Sam or
What's up,
Super Chop. Hey, y'all from Claremont. Happiest of birthdays, ityB. Thank you. We drove past Claremont this past weekend on our way home, and I thought of you.
Under other circumstances, we totally would have stopped.
Totally. Sam said, sorry about your aunt's passing. Thank you so much. Paul Marziani wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you. Or was he? Yes, he is.
Yep.
Was he? Because I scrolled back up.
Takes it back.
Ron Messmer, thank you for
What's up, Ron?
Happy joy. Diane Kinnery, thank you so much. Robert Shane, good evening, guys, from Wichita Falls, Texas. Welcome, Robert.
That's hilarious.
What?
I'm reading Frank Pupella's.
Don't read ahead.
I'm sorry.
Frank Pupello, it's time for Sketchy Live. Get the Cuban sandwich and deviled crabs.
Oh, I wonder what that tastes like. But the Cuban sandwich sounds great.
You had a Cuban not long ago.
It's been a little while.
Diane said, so sorry for the loss of her aunt. Thank you
so much.
Robert Shane said, well, heck, I'm out then. Just kidding. Shaggy LeBlanc joining us. Oh my God, it's finally warm in Taylor.
76 in Taylor.
Finally warm in Michigan, guys.
Warming up.
We appreciate you tuning in. Sam says, man, Frank always has the best eats for your show.
Right.
I say a road trip to Frank Pupello's. It'd be a short trip for us because he's right down here in Florida with us. Michael Overby, what's up, y'all? One of one checking in.
What's up, Mike Overby?
We appreciate you. We've got the LaFaves joining us, Gordon and Vicky in Moses Lake, Washington.
Welcome to the broadcast.
Shaggy says, happy birthday, dear sister. Aww. Same to you, brother. Miss you. Love you. Yeah. Miss our whole Michigan crew.
We sure do.
Love you guys so much. And then we've got Mitch Hack.
What's up, Mitch?
May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
It's my mom's birthday as well. Happy birthday.
Very cool.
Happy birthday to Mama.
Yes, May the 4th.
May the 4th. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just have you just got that? Wow.
Yep, I know. I've been busy all day. Jay Newby, also from Michigan. What's up, guys?
What's up, Jay? Hey, just before we go any further, it is May the 4th.
It is.
Pop on the little piece of artwork I got there. We're running a special, meaning, hey, look at this is special.
Hey.
2 of my Star Wars prints are available. You can get them for $20 each. It's the X-Wing Fighter Hot Rod, and of course the dun 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 dun. What would happen had someone gone to not George Barris, but I believe Chuck Miller is the one that created the Red Baron. What would happen if they had ordered a hot rod to be built as a show car to the unveiling of the movie kind of thing? So this is my concept.
Vader rod.
If that was it, it would be the Darth Vader rod. So you got the X-Wing fighter and the Darth Vader mobile, or the Vader rod, TIE fighter air cleaner, a whole 9 yards. $20, 17 by 11. They come in. Hit up the website. They're available. So I just want to throw that out there for May the 4th.
Little May the 4th.
We are fans of Star Wars. Well, I am. Of the original.
I can take it or leave it.
The original Star Wars stuff, not so much the new stuff. But although the Mandalorian stuff's kind of interesting, but I don't know. I can't. Baby Yoda bugs me. But anyways,
jeez, that's the best thing to come out of that movie.
I guess.
Everybody likes a good Baby Yoda.
Oh, really?
Jim Pollan joining us. Hey, everyone, from Hobo's Hot Rod Garage in Horseheads, New York.
Hobo's Hot Rod Garage.
And Gordon saying happy birthday, ityB. Thank you so much,
nice,
guys. Appreciate it. And let me do one of these so I can zoom in when needed. So why are you all fired up today?
Oh, so we're gonna get into it. So the real talk.
Yeah, I want to know
what I had posted about. Wanting to talk real about how did I describe it? About the culture.
You said
saving the culture, car shows, getting together, all those kinds of things. And I know we've talked about this subject matter before in certain ways, but here's why I'm bringing it up again. Because it's about to go off in your neck of the woods out there, not here in Florida. Car show season's just about wrapping up. and because it's going to be too hot and rainy all the time. But where you are, Michigan, Texas, West Coast, it's just getting ready. I mean, we've already had spring shows that have already started.
Yeah.
We're getting into the major car show season. Wow, big news, Johnny. Well, you're really bringing up points that no one knows.
Way to unveil a hidden mystery.
Yeah, it's not a mystery. But after this weekend, spending time and with my aunt too, and seeing the preciousness of life, it just made me think of all the things that have to do with life, and it's amazing. Hopefully, none of you have had to, but if you have, and I wouldn't want it for anybody to have to witness when somebody's passing or any of that kind of stuff. It just makes you reevaluate life in general because it is precious. So, with that being said, I just kept thinking about like the culture. The only way we're going to save the culture is we've got to bring in younger crowds, right? But I think there's some fixing that needs to be done in the culture, in the hobby in general. Meaning, like we got to start dropping all the lines of demarcation when it comes to like maybe clubs and niches and maybe past things that have maybe made clubs or groups of people not talk to each other anymore. Or, because again, we're trying to save it. And the more we keep dividing ourselves based on stuff that maybe happened last year or the year before, and it probably has nothing to do with anything super, 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 super important. And maybe it does. And who's going to be the bigger person to just kind of just squash it and just do the thing of like, hey, you know what? We all love cars. We all love this hobby. And what an example it would show to the next generation of like, hey, listen, bearing hatchets. And I know there's the mystique of the old cars days of like kind of the, your club, my club, we do things different here. You do things different there. There's difference, our colors, your colors, all those kinds of things. And it just made me think, how much time is getting wasted, or how many opportunities of people who can know each other and share information and parts and helping each other if we just squashed a lot of the things that maybe have stopped things in the past, is all I'm saying. So it just made me think about on that specific, that part of the get-togethers and the clubs and the different things. Nothing wrong with them, but just finding ways to make it, even if we're you're in a car club, where there's just a collective, we're still together though.
And I do, and I understand that, but I know that, like, let's just say, like your buddy, our buddy, with the Model A, what's his name? Craig.
Okay.
Sorry, Craig, if you're watching, your mind totally slipped me. But when you've got people with the same type of car in a club like that are all working on the same type of car, and there's a knowledge about that type of car, I understand why there might be groups.
Oh no, I'm not
focused around that stuff.
Not saying
maybe what we need to see more are just the cruise-ins where it's open to everybody.
Well, I'm just saying, even when it comes to going to not so much the cruise-ins, because those are, but maybe still a little bit of it there, but like the bigger car shows where there are car clubs that are coming together and they set up their area and their spot and they're doing their thing, which is great. What I'm saying is, because you and I know of a specific situation to where there's these two people in the same car community that something happened to where they're not communicating with each other. There's been bad blood, but neither person really kind of maybe knows why it happened, but it happened. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is, one of the two or both of the people need to just go, I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm going to say, dude, I don't know what happened. Hey,
let's move on from here.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think
it's forgiveness.
It just, because again, it's stopping. Because there may be people who are choosing loyalties to people who are their friends with, which is the right thing to do. But there may be some other, I don't know. It's just, is it stopping where? Because again, I'm going to the thing that has to do with your aunt. where something happens and you never got a chance to squash something that was really silly. And if you
I think that's just a general rule for life, really.
Okay, so
to not hold on.
Maybe
to
Johnny was trying to talk about that in the general life of that in general of life, and using the car situation as a way to talk about it.
Maybe. Was that what Johnny was doing?
No, but both.
Yeah. No,
Why am I talking to myself in the third person?
I don't know. You do it a lot of the time.
Do it all the time? I don't know about that.
Johnny does. I think yes, Chris Malinsky, why can't we all get along? Yeah. I
know it sounds stupid and silly and cliche. I know. And it's
going to be a more favorable pursuit for young people if they see, oh, this is neat. Everybody's doing their own thing. Like, there is so much division among young people now. You're not wearing the right amount of clothes. You don't live in the right neighborhood. You're not wearing the right shoes. I mean, for kids and bullying and all that kind of, when it's adult bullying, because that's what's happening. In a way,
whatever
we're better than you. You're not good enough. Whatever
the thing is, I understand the funness of it, like a car club, and I understand.
Is it supposed to be competitive? You tell me, because I'm still fairly new to this whole thing. In this,
I think at times there is, because there's trophies and different things like that, and I get it. It's all going, but what I'm saying is, like I've watched, I've been around some shows where there's been people and they're just staying to their own deal. And I get it. They came with a group and they're staying with the group and they're partying with the group and they're doing the group thing. But what if there's an outsider or a younger person who really just sees the vehicles with that group, and because they're so focused in on the fun of, and I'm not trying to steal that away from anybody. I just think there needs to be a little bit of awareness of, like, how we in the larger scheme of things, how we're going to bring in new folks, or even not specifically young people, but what if it's people who are, say it's an import hobbyist, right? And they've always wanted to have an old car, or they've always wanted a custom or a classic or a muscle car, whatever it is. And because they were treated poorly by those people, may not even look at those vehicles as a means to, like, let me save another old car because I can get in with these group of guys that are so, like when I talked about the Volkswagen thing, when we first came into it, the big draw to it was everybody was so open and welcoming to it. Now, is it the same way? Is that group? Yes and no. There are times where it feels that way, and then there's times where it doesn't feel that way.
I will say that when we were attending car shows with the 51 Chevy with Raquel, there were many people who looked down upon the condition that our vehicle was in, which was more, at that time, you were going more towards rat rod and how cool can we make this look.
I was going, how can I spend the least amount of money and still be in the hobby?
Yeah. But we'd roll up and the car was getting attention.
Of course.
A ton of attention, but we'd be parked next to, a beautiful paint job. I mean, gorgeous cars with just tons of money in them. And then here we pull up and we're attracting attention. And a lot of people got annoyed,
a little irritated
about it. We've had a few people move to a different spot. I mean, silly things.
It's recently happened to me.
Oh, so,
yeah, it still happens.
Oh, well, we can't control what other people are going to do. I know when we approach
we can't control what other people do, but we can control, again, if the collective becomes more united in being against it without being verbally against it, but in behavior is against it and shows by example, those will become less and less and less. I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm pipe dreaming that's not possible.
Well, Ron said sadly trophies can mess up a good show when competition costs so much money. And I agree. I think we have had more fun at just the cruise-ins than we have at some of those shows where they were giving out trophies. I mean, but we've also won trophies at some of those shows for the cars we've had, even though they weren't, the best car.
And there's been sadly some times where I've decided not to go to a show because they had trophies, and I was like, do I want to spend, because usually it's a little more money for those shows to participate,
right?
Which, okay, I get it, because trophies are getting purchased and stuff like that. But there's times where I was like, I'm not going to do it just because, and that's sad, because then I start thinking about, well, a lot of them are doing it for charities and different things like that. And it shouldn't be specifically about just trying to get a trophy for the vehicle I've done. It's just showing up and being a part and support of whatever the thing is, right? And again, that's what I'm saying, is maybe if we could just make it less about the personal things and make it more about, how can I bring my vehicle and be, I don't know, this just maybe it sounds, maybe I'm just being stupid, that I can be an example of, it's not about anything other than hanging out with like-minded people who love the hobby, right? Showing my car because I'm proud of it and I love it and I want people to see it, and then making myself available for the next folks that want to get into the hobby, for questions, to see that it's possible, all those things, to be able to talk about it. How many of us are talking about how they can get into it? How many of us are really out there, really talking up the hobby as it's a great thing to get into?
Well, where would you do that?
Every single show or cruising you go to.
Okay. And what if there's not people coming up and asking that question?
I doubt that. There's people who go and look at cars and ask questions and talk all the time.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just saying.
I think any one of the guys on this broadcast, or gals on
so again,
this broadcast.
This is not an accusatory thing. This is me saying,
right,
bringing it to attention again, because I saw watching your aunt pass away and seeing the frailty of life and the value of life just made me think about, how much time am I wasting not enjoying life to the fullest, because I'm so wrapped up in all the things that have to do with nothing that is profitable. I'm so wrapped up in the other things, versus going to a thing like a cruising, which is what a joy and a privilege to be able to have an old car, to take it somewhere that I've worked hard to, or I've acquired, or whatever, all those things, maintaining it and stewarding it and all that kind of stuff, and then taking it to some place where other people can look at it. And then I am not, and I'm being just openly grateful for that thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And making myself available to promote the hobby, versus maybe someone thinking, I don't know if I'd want to do that, and get into that. It seems unattainable, or I don't know if I want to be around that kind of people. Do you know what I'm saying?
I guess. I mean, have you've had those thoughts where you don't want to be around that kind of people when we've gone to shows or something? Or did it happen to you as a child or as a young person?
No, we've been to shows where you're like, oh, wow, okay.
That wasn't on us. I mean, I would still go. That was that person's opinion, but
I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying. It just.
I thought here, if I'm being honest, what I don't like about some car shows that we've gone to are people sitting with their car and not moving or not talking to anybody. They sit behind their car and they just let people come and look at the car. If you're gonna go to the length of bringing it to a show, be available to talk about it.
So you're repeating exactly what I just said, which is going to there to be a promoter of the hobby. If we all were a little more promotive of it, there's a good chance we can make sure that it doesn't go away.
Yeah. I think the more cruise-ins, and I don't know who's putting on the cruise-ins generally in areas. Is it the car shows, local car shows mainly? I know.
Who's putting on cruises?
Who's putting on the cruise? Who's saying, "Hey, let's meet up at McDonald's tonight"? A lot of times
it's just a guy that decided, or a club that decided, or something to that effect. It's generally, I mean, I know car shows are a little bit more organized. A lot of times you might have a DJ guy who's like, "Hey, you know what could bring me a job? Let me go promote a parking lot where I can, or find a parking lot near a restaurant. Say I'm a DJ, I'll play some music, and we'll have cars show up, and they may patronize your business." That's another thing. cruise-ins. If you go to a thing and it's at a restaurant or a place where there's things around it, go in and shop and buy, because that's how we get more availability of them going, yeah, bring the cars in. That'd be great, because sometimes it's hard for people to find places to even do those things, because we as car people sometimes come in and we are not good stewards of our own availabilities. We come in, we do burnouts, or we trash the place, or we're loud, or whatever it is, versus coming in, handling ourselves right. And again, I'm not saying, hey, make sure everybody's perfect and nobody does, I mean that. Listen, I'm just saying I don't know. Maybe
he's fired up, guys.
I don't want us to lose this. I don't want us to lose it.
Well, we can only do what we can do, and we can only encourage people to do the same, which is to keep talking about it. And if you have an opportunity to, like we could probably go to any one of our local places, walk in and be like, hey, we're thinking about doing a get together with a bunch of cars. Could we make up some flyers and advertise that we're going to be here on a Wednesday night at 8:00? You know what I mean? We could probably do that as just a normal person, or you've done this before. You've actually followed people home in their old cars to be like, hey, I really like your car, or to see where they're at, right. maybe get a group of local people together and get out there, because I mean, it's at those places, it's at restaurants. It's at
what I'm talking about is not that we need more new things. I'm talking about the ones that are already going.
I'm talking about exposure.
But I'm also talking about when we go to when there's a big car show, like when it's a big show, one of the big ones there are times where it's not everybody's just hanging with each other, and there's a lot of it. I guess it's just a call to action of like, let's not forget, as the car show season opens and we start getting to get these bigger car shows, and we're going to these big ones, that we remember this part, which is we have to get new folks in this thing. And how can we do that? We got to make it available, exciting, and personable, where people go, man, these people are awesome. We should get a little car and come hang out.
Right.
Whether that's people our age, people younger than us, people older than us, the younger, first getting their licenses, whatever that is. That's all I'm saying.
It's doable.
On the car show part. What are people saying? Doable. Or is nobody saying nothing?
Oh, there are comments. Okay, so we have
Johnny, shut up is what they're saying.
Keith Mulder said, keep up the rad work, brother. God bless y'all. Jesus Christ rocks.
Thanks, brother.
Boom. Chris Molinsky said, why can't we all get along? Gordon said, car club co-op, pool server clubs together.
Yeah.
Oh, pool several clubs together. Yep, that's doable. Ron said, okay, I already read his. He also said it happens the same in model car contests for awards. And that's crazy.
No, anything with an award, suddenly it just becomes so competitive.
You can't place your car next to my car on the table.
I'm sure.
How are they doing that? Yeah. That's crazy. Gordon said, I really like to see more homemade, funky junk trophies, rat rods of the car culture. The king of those trophies, man, Shaggy LeBlanc. Oh my gosh. Every year we've gone to Autorama and I've been able to see the trophies
he's done. Handmade ones he does.
Fantastic.
Thousands.
Fantastic. What fun. Barry Phil Rush said, hey, you two, enjoy your show.
Hey, thank you so much for watching.
JD Studios says, Jim from Delaware saying, hey, heard your singing. Don't quit your day job. I've gone to shows and write do not judge on the window card. Just enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I like that. Wired Custom Speed Shop joining us.
What's up, man?
A lot of people in the hobby are super judgy. That's one big problem. Then even the unpopular models are going way up in price. That's another big problem.
Yeah. Thanks, Barrett Jackson.
Yeah. Sam said mostly the townships or restaurants put on the cruise ends. They sponsor them. Okay. So it's up to them. All right. Ron said, if I have an opportunity, I share my faith. Grandpa said, first make friends.
Awesome.
And that's true. I mean, that, a lot of people will come up and talk to you about the car, and sometimes you can spin that off into something else, but yeah, you got to find that common ground. And if people are at a car show looking around, obviously there's an interest of some sort. I know for us, when I'm walking around, I want to hear a story. I mean, I can remember going to a show one time and we're walking around, not a single person, we're standing there looking at the pictures, and of course, or looking at the cars. And of course you're looking at it from a picture standpoint, look at the stance on this, and you're like showing me things. And the owner of the car standing right there never once came up and said, hey, so you like the car? Do you have any question? Like nothing to engage, maybe he felt intimidated because you were pretty specific about what you were sharing, but I don't know. Just if you're going to be out there, be out there, be fully present. Robert Shane said, going back to basics. That's the way it used to be. Yeah. Lizzie Daughtry joining us. Hello, Johnny and ityB. Sorry, I have not been out here. Guys, lately I've been doing my immunotherapy. So I have been tired here lately, but everything is going well. Great. Very good news. Lizzie, we keep lifting you. We've had you in our prayers for sure. Jim Pollan said, I let them sit in the vehicle and encourage them to build one someday. If they are young adults, I will explain how I built something they're interested in on whatever I have there.
That's awesome.
And we have always done the same, although our cars have never been, like the $40,000 paint jobs. And, so we've always made our cars available.
Generally warn people, you sure you want, you want to sit in it?
But, and I love that. The interactive part of it too. I think kids really dig that, to be able to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
We really haven't had many adults be like, can I sit in it? But the kids.
But we have asked there. I've asked adults too.
Gordon said, I really like cool April nights in Redding, California. Great closed street cruise on a Friday night.
Awesome. I've heard of that show.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to have a car, just be available to talk about it.
Yeah.
Everybody has a story. There's not a single person, even if you bought the car like that.
Sure.
Last week.
Talk about this time.
And you just got it and it's at the first show. Yeah. Talk about that. Why did you want it? What were you looking for? How did it come about? Like just whatever the story is.
So that's really what I'm talking about, which is it's just again, as we're heading into, there's going to be some more shows going on and shows in your area and cruise-ins, and the weather's getting nice and you know what I'm saying? So it's time to get out there and drive our cars. And I'm just a friendly reminder from Johnny Jalopy at ityB. Just be available. And again, what if this is the season where we go out there in the car culture and the car hobby, and we just do it different this year than we've done it in years past, which is we really are mindful of opportunities to make sure we contact young folks that are coming and looking and seeing and making our vehicles available and talking to them and engaging, but also making ourselves available to everybody. And I know, listen, when you're at a car show and you're with your buddies and you're hanging, you're like, I came to hang out. I didn't come to be a spokesperson or whatever. And I totally understand, but maybe, just take a few and try a few.
Try this. Start putting your lawn chairs up the front of the car.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I do.
I don't.
Make yourself available.
I don't like that either.
Why are you hiding behind your vehicle?
You're blocking your car, and I don't like that.
You're blocking the back end if somebody's trying to look at it.
Yes. Just be available. That's all I'm saying.
Or everybody park and then in the middle, put your chairs in the middle.
There we go. How about there's another opportunity for car guys to talk to car guys, to talk to car gals, to talk to other gals, to guys, to gals.
Meet in the middle.
And we just chatted up, and again, whether we're in a club or not, why has it got to be a club where we all sit and talk to each other?
Look, maybe you didn't bring enough hot dogs for everybody, and that's fine.
That's okay.
Go eat with your group and then mingle.
Yeah.
Gordon said about 2,500 cars, mobile car show and stationary show other days. Sounds like a big one.
That sounds awesome.
Ron said, I try to question young people. What's your hobby? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Paul Marziani said, people do not talk to people they don't know. I see it at the track. They really need to ask questions.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, that's it's even more competitive spot is at the racetrack where people are involved in their thing. And again, I totally get it because it's competition. And again, that's sometimes what happens at trophy shows. It's so everybody's being so competitive. They're like, I just want my car to win a trophy, and I get it. And there are people that, I mean, I don't know. We've won enough of trophies, and it feels great to win a trophy with your car. I'd be foolish to say every single time I've got a trophy for any of the cars I've ever brought that it did. Oh, this felt stupid, or what a waste of time. I don't care. It always feels good because it's recognition of what you're driving and what you did and your passion and all those kinds of things. Maybe the little details of things. Somebody saw it and you got some recognition for it. And I'm all good with that. I don't have a problem with that part of it.
And I get it that some people are not talkers. We by nature, as you see, can talk about anything.
Yeah, sadly,
and we love the stories, but as much as we talk, this guy mainly listens. He will stand there for hours listening to an older gentleman talk about how he had this same car back in 1940. There's so much
information to get.
Got it when it was 10 years old.
And the gentleman's offering it up for free. Why would I leave? You know what I mean? So
yeah, and that's how you continue
in
the hobby and to learn, and the people that you've met and the opportunities that have opened because you've communicated with somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you know what? And if you're more of an introvert and you just want to bring the car out there and just kind of sit back and
leave me alone
and absorb.
I get it.
Yeah.
So again, all this is just it made me think about that, car shows, cruisins, that kind of thing.
Burying the hatchet, bringing people together.
And then just that part too, which is I know out there in circles of previous friends in the hobby and those kinds of things where something happened, and maybe this is the year that amends are made, and because you were friends at one time and now something happened and it's not that way, and maybe it's this is the year that everybody buries the hatchet on a lot of the baloney stuff and just gets together again and is just cool with each other again. You know what I mean? Because we all have the same passion and love for the hobby and the culture. And
and you know what? Sometimes you outgrow people, and I get that.
Yeah. No.
We're not saying you got to be friends with everybody, but
sometimes there's super direct reasons why people don't hang out with each other
for anymore. The good of the hobby. The love of the hobby should be put first. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying maybe this is the year we life is short. If you were buddies and friends at one time and there's a reason, and maybe you just stopped communicating for whatever the reason is, generally it's something happened, petty thing. If we really look at something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the time where you just go, you know what? Is it really worth it? We were good friends, or we were good buddies at one time. And whatever the case may be is the reason we're not anymore. Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Or maybe this is the time to reach out to people you haven't reached out to, or a cruise buddy that you haven't seen on the road in a while, and you haven't checked up on him or her. What's going on? Maybe they need help with their project. Maybe they need help getting their car back on the road. Maybe they just need someone to talk to. Maybe they've lost the passion for it because they felt not included anymore, or some. Like I said, there are things that happen in groups of people that people stop coming around, and you don't know why, and everybody just goes, oh, how come so-and-so doesn't come around? And then you come to find out, sadly, if someone would have just checked on that person, they were dealing with something. And if anybody could understand them and is a person that loves the same things they love, you know what I'm saying? So I call you to that action, which is reach out to somebody in the hobby, the culture, maybe that you met at a car show and you didn't, you had a great time. Wired Customs is on here. And I got what an awesome opportunity to hang out that guy for, a couple days in Tulsa, and, a little bit of back and forth. in text and messages, but really haven't had, hey, how's it going now? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I got along with this person, and, I know he's a busy guy. He's got a YouTube channel and he's doing all kinds of stuff, and he's building cars and traveling and all those kinds of things. But here was an opportunity of a possibly a new friendship that it just takes a little bit of effort. And is it worth going a whole nother year before I see him again at the next show, before I talk to the guy again? How much time am I wasting because I can't make a couple minutes just to say hey, or hey brother, just checking in on you, I hope you're good. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of people in our lives, in our culture, that maybe, make this the car season where you're checking in on your car pals, and you're just checking in.
Dennis Goff said, I'm here, so much to say, so little time. And you know what? Honest though, Dennis, because there's times where I'm thinking about somebody. Shoot, I do it with you.
I know.
I think about you all day long. And how many times do I text you? Maybe once?
Yeah, I know. Not like when
you just get busy.
Not like it used to be.
Oh my God. I don't have to woo you anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sometimes life gets a little busy, but it's worth stopping and making it a priority.
Yeah. I again, I keep thinking about content. Like today, I texted 2 people from my old job that I really were good people to me. And it's been a year and it's not their fault. My job went south.
Right.
But they're great people to me. And yet I haven't contacted them because that's the only thing we had in common was our job. No, they were great people to me. And we talked every time we got, we met up and things. And when I was working, we talk about other stuff. So now, because I don't work for the same company as them, I don't talk to them anymore. Mm-hmm. So today I checked in on two of them. Good. Because I was just like, you
weren't blacklisted.
What am I doing? Why am I doing that?
Yeah. Life is precious. Every day counts.
That's what this weekend, life is precious. That, you know what I mean? There's, I bet you there's somebody that you just haven't contacted, who's just been hoping someone would contact them.
And my aunt and her husband, my uncle, were huge NASCAR fans. They moved from New Jersey to Florida
to live next to the Daytona 500.
Minutes down the road from the track.
You could hear their cars running.
And that was their life for many, many years. That's all they talked about. That's all they did.
Slept.
Yeah.
Drank. NASCAR racing.
Loved it. And you know what? Because of his love for the hobby, my brother got involved in the hobby. And because my brother got involved in the hobby, my brother's son, my nephew, is a racer today.
Yeah.
That's
the
how
influences, man. It's the influences that you, again, I've got grandkids, and I hope that they can continue to see me involved in it. And I keep trying to share it with them and hearing, not force feeding it, just trying to share what I can.
Here's a hot rod shirt. Hope you like it.
Like I dragged my daughter came down, and
you didn't drag her.
I'm just saying,
she willingly went.
I dragged her to a museum, and she had a great time, and it was a great time that I got to spend. Now, had I just not done it, because I thought she probably won't like that, and I thought that. Even when I was driving there, I'm like, this is gonna bore her.
She took so many pictures.
I thank God she did, because I was in the moment. See, I was in the moment of just being there with her and showing her and talking to her about stuff. And the real cool guy that came and gave us a cool tour and stuff.
Tour,
yeah. So I'm just saying, these are the things about our hobby and our culture that we just don't forget those things. When's the last time you called your buddy to come over to your garage or your shop and hang? Shaggy and his buddy every Monday night are hanging out together watching this silly thing.
I think daily Shaggy has somebody over out in that
just
garage.
Saying that's so awesome, because there's just Sam Metro's talking about, he's a school teacher. Super Chop is getting ready to spend the summer in his garage working on his project. And I was thinking to myself, man, how cool would it be if I lived closer to him? I'll just go hang and say, well, hey man, how can I help you? And, you know what I mean? And just, you probably have a friend, or you have a car buddy or gal buddy who's in the hobby, When's the last time you hung out in the garage together, or you went to their garage? When is the last time? Another call to action. Reach out. Go visit your pals at their shops, their garages. Again, we're in the show season. There's stuff to be tinkered on, just to adjust, and little adjustments, and maybe have a cold beverage or soda or whatever it is, and just hang out with each other, even if it's for half an hour. Who cares? It's just going to go a long way in the long run of your personal life, connecting with people, and then the impact that you make because you're making yourself available to connect with another human.
Jim Pollan said, if I win a trophy, I usually give it to a young person who had a car on the show if they didn't win one. It's easy to find something you like about whatever they have there. Yeah. Mitch said, good listener equals good husband, just saying.
Well, not in all cases. No, just kidding.
Uncle Larry,
What's up, Uncle Larry
Crawford, he said, what about us aliens?
We love you.
Ron said, we go to a nursing home through our church, met an older guy that raced, and I gave him my book I wrote about racing.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Uncle Larry said, life is too short.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Richard Hahn, hi from Alpena.
What's up,
welcome.
Alpena.
We've got Close Cut, our buddy Art Smith.
What's up, Art?
You got that right, brother. Just hang out a bit. Chiming in.
Yeah.
Art Smith is a hanger-outer. He comes over and you guys just chit-chat and talk cars and talk.
And
then that rolls into talking about life.
There was a time that when he was, at his place where he had a little shop and stuff, and I was able to go hang in his. Mm-hmm. And we just, we'd look at stuff and talk about his project and the thing he was working on. And then it was, a couple beers here, a couple beers there. Next thing you know, 2 hours has gone by, 3 hours has gone by, and it's awesome. It's just awesome to have that availability of, not only having a friend, but also who's got your back and all those things, but just to share the hobby, the love for automobiles and stuff too.
Yeah.
He's a motorcycle dude. I'd love to get into that hobby too, but
Sam said, hey, brother, one day in the early summer, Glenn and I are going to come over and hang out in your garage and maybe help you tinker with Rose.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
All for it, man. And again, this summer, I hope to sneak away and maybe make it to your place too.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen. And that's again, this is what this whole thing showed me about. Life is short and time is precious, and we only got so much time. And again, this is not the first time I've experienced dealing with anybody passing away or anything like that. And this is the same kind of feeling I had when my mom passed, the same feeling I had when my dad passed. It wouldn't, when my dad passed, it wouldn't be no Johnny Jalopy Hot Rod Art if it wasn't for this mindset that came over me watching my dad pass away that made me go do something with your art, man. He spent so much time with you, showing you how to draw and stuff. Go do something with it. And I was like, I'm doing something with it. And then when I lost my mom, it was one of my biggest cheerleaders. That voice was squelched, and I don't have that Monday call or Tuesday call where she's giving me the rah like she used to. You know what I mean? And that I miss that. And so here again, my aunt from afar would encourage and always say hello and check in and those kinds of things, and it was always great to see her. It's just another person that I was close to that is no longer going to be here, and I can either sit in the misery of losing someone or learn from the experience, which is life is short and life is precious and we only have so much time. So how can we make the most out of the time we have left?
How can we mend our friendships?
Yeah.
How can we broaden our circle?
Yeah.
How
can we be inclusive of those that are on the outskirts, maybe that want to be in it and just don't know how to get in it, and they just need someone to go, hey, come on.
And you know what I think of too, because when we first met and you told me you were into hot rods, I was like, okay, he's a car guy, whatever. It wasn't until you brought me to my first show that I was like, wow, there's a lot of people here that enjoy this hobby. And I think it was that NHRA
I took you to the Street Rod Nationals.
Street Rod. That was my first
the Florida
show.
Fairgrounds.
There were hundreds of cars.
That was a pretty awesome show.
And
for your first big show.
And we went around to each one, and I was like, wow, look what this person has done. And at that time, you were into rat rods and like just crazy, creepy, weird stuff on cars. And I'm looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, why would somebody go to the lengths of putting brand new tires on this car that's falling apart and rusty? And you're like, yeah, that's what everybody does. And I'm like, why?
Yeah,
what
look
a
how
waste.
cool it looks. That's why.
Yeah. Now I have an appreciation for it, but I didn't understand.
And because I would sit there and go, now look at 4 of the other cars around it. Which one sticks out the most?
Yeah.
The old weird car with super slammed on the ground, and then what are other different things that you're seeing that person's done? And
this was 18 years ago.
Yeah.
And since that time, I haven't looked at cars the same way.
Well, because we talked about all of them. I didn't just focus in on those, and I'm like, well, here's the classic cars, and here's the muscle cars, and here's the street rodder guys, and here's this, and this is the differences between those and this, and just looking at all the different ways they would make the car uniquely their own, even though there was 7 other cars of the same year next to it in 3 or 5 different colors. You know what I mean? And why is that one different than this one? Well, look at how they put different wheels and color choices, and this one's original paint job and this one's been a custom paint job. There's so much stuff that you can do to personalize things.
Right.
And again, there were guys there that were very open and like, oh, hey, thanks for looking at the car, and answered questions. And then there were others that just wouldn't give you the time of day.
Right.
And those are the ones I was so bummed, because some had really neat stuff. I was like, how did you do that? Where, wanted to pick their brain, and they were so closed off that it just made me go, I don't want to be around those people. You ain't got time for me. I don't got time for you.
And it wasn't everybody.
No, that's what I just said. It wasn't everybody, but there were people there that were that way, and it just wasn't necessary.
Yeah. And
sadly, in 18 years, there's still some of those people around in the hobby that still do it. And I get it. Okay. I get it. I'm just calling you folks that are silly enough to come listen to us. Let's not be those people. Let's be the people that don't do that. And we're the difference.
Uncle Larry said, head to Redwood Customs to do some crazy things for a while. Warn some 3D pinstriping related to another body shop. Put the airbags on the truck. So yeah, go spend time with some friends. Yeah.
Nice.
And there's different people who do different things. Mm-hmm. So maybe you go and you spend some time. I remember this older gentleman who I think was a client of mine who lived in Tarpon, that guy Oscar.
Yeah.
That you used to go see. This guy was a metal artist. Didn't really have anything to do with cars, but he did once you went over there and found out.
He built his own personal custom cars, but he was a big and kind of art car-ish a little bit, but he would build sculptures out of bumpers out of cars, and he would build huge gorillas and
big metal
life-size giraffes and stuff, mermaids, all these things out of bumpers of cars. And he was a worldwide known artist. But he was an interesting. He was an artist. So he was a very interesting,
very eclectic and quirky.
I knew you were going to use that word, eclectic, even though it doesn't mean what you think it means.
He was,
but yeah. And he made himself available for me to come see, and it took me a while.
It took you a long time.
It's another one of those things of life where I'm like, I have so much regret because we lost him too.
Yeah,
and he's not around anymore. Just as I started. Where I had finally knocked my own personal walls down and said, I'm going to go. He's offered 1 million times. Come visit my shop. Come see what I do. Come learn some stuff. And I kept going, yeah, well, maybe one day. And because I was just so afraid to bother him. Right. I was afraid to take him up on the offer.
Yeah.
And then when I finally did, the time that I got with him was so short that I'm like, I have nothing but regret that I didn't take him up on his offer sooner, because I could have learned.
Didn't he help you with the floor pans?
Yeah, he kept asking me. He was willing to help me get Raquel all fixed up and on the road. And had I taken him up on the offer when he first,
she would have been done. She would have been in great shape.
She would have been easily still on the road, and we would have been driving around. It's one of the big regrets because I didn't take him up on his offer.
Yeah. That's the other thing too, guys. And you all know this.
And it was a stupid pride.
It was. If somebody's offering to you, hey man, stop by. Let's work on something together. Or hey, if you need help, give me a call. You know darn well you would do the same for someone else.
Case in point, the first time Art Smith came and I met him, and he said, "Come, please, will you? Hey, you think you might come to my shop and take a look at what I've been working on?" And I immediately was like, "Yeah, I'll be. What time?" Mm-hmm. And I went because I was like, "I'm not going to make that mistake again."
Right. Yeah, because you met him right after all that. You've known Art for a while.
Yeah, but that was one of the reasons I was, and also too, I mean, he recognized me from Full Custom Garage, and I was like, I am also not going to be that guy, which is I'm on it because I was on a television show.
Right.
I was like, yeah, dude, you wanted me to see your stuff? I'll come see it. Of course.
Right.
Because of the twofold lesson I learned, which was here's somebody making an available offer to come look at their stuff. Don't say no. Go check it out. Because you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
Like a friendship evolving from it.
Right.
Had I not gone, I don't know if me and Art would have been friends because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It would have just been.
I was like, oh, he's a nice guy and a cool guy, easy to talk to. And he does really cool work. And wow, look at this amazing thing that he did. And I could appreciate the passion and fire that he had. And I'm like, this is a good guy. This is a good guy.
Story about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is, yeah. Okay. This is how my circle of friends is small. I'd like this guy in it.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
It's just open and putting yourself out there, opening yourself up. Not for
head over
hurt.
to Super Chops, right?
Not for hurt. You know, you don't want to set yourself up to be hurt or taken advantage of because there's been those situations.
Sure. We have to use common sense.
Yeah.
But on all the times that people made stuff available to me, it was out of pride that I didn't take them up on offers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The reality is probably, you know, Shaggy LeBlanc had offered us to come to Detroit years before we went.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Out of pride, you know, I just would laugh it off. Or other things where people had offered stuff, and I just
was it out of pride or was it out of I don't belong? That was lack of pride. Because that's how you felt.
No, pride meaning I'm like, how do I if I'm gonna go, I'd rather go on my own kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like not
really.
Yes, Beth, it's called pride. Do you know about this?
Yes, but I didn't think that was your response. I thought the reason why you weren't going to things like that is because you didn't feel like you belonged. That's what you would voice to me. I can't go to that show. Look at all those people that are there. I don't fit in there.
Those times, yeah. I'm saying when people have said, hey, you should come, I can make it available. And I, out of pride, was like, I don't want to take advantage of anybody.
Oh.
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But yes, there were times where there'd be shows of like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we went to this and made ourselves go to that?
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't think we belong there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the worry we had when we went to the Autorama. Are we going to fit in? Anybody even going to look at my stuff?
They made us
I still think that every single time I go somewhere.
They made it so available for us to fit in.
How stupid it was all the time of any time wasted.
Yeah.
Of any time not doing it.
We could have had so much more time with those people.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. Way to throw us under the bus, babe. Ron Messmer said the YouTube model car guys are so close knit compared to many trophy chasers.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It seems like a fun community. Hot Rod Sam said Art is good people.
For sure.
Uncle Larry said, yes, I'm not perfect. Never said I was. I have not talked to very close friends of mine, probably 6 months. Need to just shut up and make that call. I keep telling myself, even though I'm always the first one to make the call. You know what?
I totally, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, how many times are we the first one to make the call? there's a lot of times where the first ones to make a call, it's swallowing your pride. And
so here's what I'll say to that. And again, totally understand. In many situations, I've always been the first person all the time. And that's okay, because at the reality is, at the end of the day, that's the heart that I have. So I'm willing to keep continuing to try to help, to make myself available to people that I feel close to. But there does come a point to where when it's not reciprocated, and you're always, and it ends bad, and you make yourself available, and then it ends, then you learn your lesson.
Right.
But,
some people are just genuinely busy
but
as well.
But there's times where, sometimes being the bigger person, as much as it's, again, cliche to say be the bigger person, there's really some great things about being. It just means you have a great heart, and that you're willing to put your pride aside for the opportunity to make amends or to try to move forward with relationships with people, but obviously if it's the same thing that happens every single time, every 6 months or whatever, then maybe it is time to cut losses and you're not the first person. I'm just saying, I'm sure there are people out there that there may not be reasons why we haven't reached out in 6 months. It's just been 6 months.
Yeah. Time just gets away from you sometimes.
Because we're busy and we're living life. We have families and things going on or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it doesn't take but a couple seconds just to text and say, hey, man, you doing good? Hope all's well.
Larry said 100 phone calls. I may be at 5 back. I don't let it discourage me.
Larry,
he's a texter, listen, man. He will message you.
He's consistently has messaged at times, and I try hard to reciprocate with calls back. And I also have tried to initiate with him, because I know that's exactly Larry's heart. Is he's the guy that always reaches out to everybody.
He does.
You're doing good. Great to hope to hear your voice. All those kinds of things. Yeah. So good call, Larry, and for sure.
Thomas
we could just take. Oh, sorry.
Thomas Estrada's joining us. He said that feeling
What's up?
Feeling never goes away. He said, turn that feeling into a positive driver. Feeling not good enough is what drives me to keep getting better.
Ah, dude, and you're killing it, man.
Yes.
Not that you were bad before. What you got going on there?
It was just a
glitch.
Overlay.
Glitch in the systy.
Oh my gosh, we're already at 10:32.
What was the other? I just want to make sure I didn't miss the other topic of thing I wanted to.
I don't know how we're going to have time for anything else. Tonight we talk about real life of this culture and hobby, car shows, get-togethers, car clubs, and more. That was it.
Hobby,
we covered it
shows, all. But get-togethers, car clubs. We did talk about that.
You did have something prepped here for me to share, though.
Oh yeah. So hey, just as a switching gears. So came home and I had this thing sitting on my desk, and it was a horrible starting of a rendering. Ben Drag Daddy, when I went to Tulsa, Oklahoma, encouraged me to start making art on larger pieces of paper. And it's been tough. It's been really hard doing it. And I've pushed myself, and I keep pushing myself to keep doing it. And I keep finding excuses of not doing it on big paper and finding myself wanting to go to small paper. So again, this is one that I had started when I first bought my big piece of paper, or big stack of Bristol paper, and did some quick sketches just to do some starters. Mm-hmm. And this was when I went back, and it looks completely different than I got my head together and I was like, wait a minute, my proportions are all off and weird and stuff. Anyway, so this piece that ityB is going to show you is what got finished today. This is on 17 by 11 Bristol board or Bristol paper. It is available as the original. No one is. There's been people have asked about it, but nobody has made an offer. I'm trying to get what we same thing we got for any of these when I was at the show was $100. It is signed. It's a 1 of 1. I am going to make prints available of this. So if you'd like to have a print of this, like we did with the Drag Daddies combo collaboration, we did a small run. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this, is do a small run of them. So maybe I'll make like, I'll start with maybe 15 of them. We'll make a small run of 15 available. So if you'd like to have one, DM me. I put PM for some. I thought it was private message, but someone told
DM,
me
direct message, PM,
direct,
private message.
I clearly, in the new lingo, it's DM. So if you're interested in it, message me or email at johnnyjalopy.com that you'd like a copy, or if you're interested in the original, it is available. So that is a scanned version of it, and I can hold you and show you the original.
It does exist.
It does exist. It is real. Probably hard to see.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It came out. I think it came out really cool.
Yeah, it did.
It's and of course it's big, silly, huge me inside the Johnny 5. And just this is what I imagined happening when I got in it for the first time.
Kind of did.
I didn't get to drive it.
No, but you sat in it.
I got to sit in it. So this is me in my dream of, and again, the way I had envisioned it was with the correct intake on it versus what we ended up doing for TV with that ugly air cleaner we had to put on it. But this is available. So the original is available for $100, or if you'd like a copy of it, I'm going to do 15 copies to start with. I might make maybe 10 more available after that, but the first 15 we'll do them, and we'll do them for I think we sold the other ones for, did we sell them for $20 or was it 25? I think it's 25.
Yeah, your regular prints are 25.
Yeah, so we'll do $25. And again, still comes the same size though, 17 by 11, and those are available. Hit me up if you'd like one.
Yes, wonderful way to wrangle it back into what we're doing here.
Yeah, art.
Gordon said, my best friend told me to have great friends. You must be a great friend. Make time for them. That's true.
Absolutely. And hey, speaking of great friends and support, thank you guys for showing up tonight and every Monday night and listening to me blabber on. Hopefully you understand the assignment and you see what I'm trying to say, which is just, life is short. Time to bury hatchets, time to move forward, rekindle some friendships, reach out to those you haven't heard from, reach out to those that maybe you met and you haven't talked to. It's just time to reconnect with, because again, car show season, and it'd be awesome to show up at a show where you like, hey, I just talked to you 2 days ago and can't wait to see you at the show or whatever, versus, wow, man, it's been 8 months. How you doing? And, you come to find out stuff happened and you could have been maybe a part that maybe help somebody.
Look, you guys check in with us every Monday.
Yeah.
So we're thankful for that. We feel the love, and yeah.
Woman of many words.
Many words. I'm still tired from the weekend. It was a very long weekend, and just a lot going on here in the Jalopy household.
And you showed up, and you're here, and you made yourself available.
Yes.
So we're trying to lead by example, which is it was a very rough weekend, and a very a lot of folks would take what happened over the weekend and just decide life is baloney and this is all not worth living and all that crap. Not so, folks. It is amazingly worth living. There's so much to live for. Check in on your friends. Check on your fellow car people and see if they're doing all right. And always, always, always don't forget to stay sketchy. And we will see you guys next week.
Yeah. We love you.
Peace out.